Hey, thanks for checking out my video. Today we're going to make some homemade coconut macaroons, and these are the sort of thing that it looks like you went to more trouble than you did because they're so easy to make. Back in the early 2000s, I lived in Las Vegas for 5 years, and this was way before COVID, and almost every hotel had a big fancy buffet, and almost all of them had these delicious coconut macaroons that were so good. And I used to get them all the time then, and now if I want them I have to make them myself, and they're easy to make. So let's go ahead and make some. I've got a 14-ounce bag of coconut here, and it can get a little lumpy, so you just have to break it up. And then you need a can of sweetened condensed milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Just going to mix this up, and after we get this mixed up, the only other ingredient is we're going to take a couple of egg whites and whip them to stiff peaks, and we're going to fold that in with this, and then they'll be ready to bake. And then after we bake them, this is optional, but we're going to dip the bottoms of them in chocolate, which makes them look fancier, and I like the chocolate on the bottom of them. Okay, so now we're going to whip our egg whites. You've got to make sure to have a very clean bowl. And I'm going to save the yolks because I'm going to be making cupcakes later. So to separate your egg whites from your egg yolks, you just want to kind of sift back and forth, dropping the white in as you go. And I just broke my yolk, so I'm not going to sift it anymore. I'm going to go ahead and put my yolk in here. You don't want to get any yolk in the white part, or your whites won't whip up the way you like them to. Break it in half, let the white part fall down. Sift back and forth. Oh, this one broke again too. I don't want any of that in there, so there we go. This is going to take a couple minutes. Okay, you can tell when your egg whites are ready when they're, when they hold together like that. Okay, I'm going to fold those into this part a little bit at a time. You want to try to be kind of gentle about it because you want your airy egg whites to help your cookies to stand tall and not fall down and spread all out. So you want to kind of be gentle when you're adding the egg whites. And while you do want to be gentle while you do it, you do want to make sure to get them thoroughly combined, because if you don't, you'll get some, it gets a little runny at the part that doesn't get mixed in well. Okay, so that looks good. Got my cookie sheet here, and I'm going to use a cookie scoop. Now I have an extra large cookie sheet here, so if it looks like I'm fitting a lot on this pan, it's because I am. I have these cookie sheets that hold quite a bit more, so if you're just using a regular standard cookie sheet, you won't get as many on as this. Okay, now I'm just going to take a fork and take these loose pieces of coconut and kind of rake them back up onto each cookie so that there's not a bunch of burned pieces of coconut hanging off the edge of each cookie. Okay, so these are going to take about 20 to 25 minutes, and then when they come out, we'll let them cool for just a little bit, and then we're going to dip them in chocolate on just the bottom. Okay, so our coconut macaroons are out of the oven, and now I'm going to dip them in some chocolate. I took about 3/4 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, melted in the microwave gently, just, you know, like 30 seconds, stir it, 30 seconds, stir it, 20 seconds, stir it, and that was about it. And now it's ready to go. And I'm just going to dip just the bottom portion of each one into the chocolate. And sometimes it can get a little too thick, so I'm going to use my little basting brush here to just knock off the extra. And then you put it back on the parchment paper, and then when the parchment, or after the chocolate dries, it'll peel right off of the parchment paper. And I have to confess that I already ate one. It wasn't dipped in chocolate, but it was delicious anyway. They have this such a good texture when they're fresh out of the oven, and they're crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. They're so good. Okay, so our coconut macaroons are done. All I have to do is wait for the chocolate to dry, and then I'll just peel them off of these, and I'm gonna put them in a bakery box, and I'm gonna take them to a party with me. But you can store them in a Rubbermaid container or a Ziploc bag or anything, and I would leave them at room temperature if you want them to have the best texture. Once they go into the refrigerator, they can get, you know, not as good of a texture to them. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and drop me a comment and let me know if you made them. Let me know how they turned out. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.